Jack.
Yeah. 2015 edition of the Bard's Brunch. Okay, we had a lot of technological modifications to make today, so getting started a little later than usual. And as Gerard told you before, I was a little bit late getting here because I was at Mass. So I just want to say that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But in honor of Sunday Mass and St. Bridget's and our favorite parish, I'm gonna open with this song I did in honor of everyone who was at Mass today. Nevermore. Some died starving where they stood, some were crying at the shore. As I set sail in a coffin ship from the cold gig over Cork to make my way to a brave new day on the east side of New York. I got to Castle Garden, I was hungry, I was broke. Not a soul was there that knew me, or the language that I spoke. Somewhere above the desperate streets that were not paved with gold, the bells of St. Bridget's rang a song of hope. In my darkest hours and deepest of despair stood a constant refuge, and the people I found there were poor but free and bold like me, a faith to keep them strong. And in that faith I found a place I knew we all belonged. And those that would know nothing learned we would not be their fools. We stood up with our unions and we started our own schools. Time and again we proved all men can make this land their own. And the bells of St. Bridget's like a song of hope. Oceans, the deep expanse of time, from every corner of our world that still is just as blind. Another generation resolved to stake its claim and revel in a hope not found in the lands from whence it came. A hallowed place that's built on faith swings open wide its doors, and in every heart that dreams its spirit still endures. If God and love and home and heart are still worth fighting for, may the bells of St. Bridget's ring forevermore. May the bells of St. Bridget's ring forevermore. All right, I'm going to play one more, and we're going to bring up our first special guest of the morning. The early afternoon. This is about it's about a romance from the early days of Anti-Folk. She was in a punk band, took a bus across this big land and back and threw herself into the wild freedom of LA. She went to act in class, like to drive a car real fast, like to sit and talk about it till the night became the day. Only thing she really knew that she wanted was to be free. And the time was on her side at 23. With an old beat up brown suitcase, she climbed aboard an airplane. She flew into the east to meet her new lover in New York. Climbed into a taxi and she rode into the city. She found a flat not too far from the place where she found work. Settled and waited for the rest of her life to arrive. And everything was going right at 25. And the weeks rolled into months, and she could feel her life was changing. As the months rolled into years, he knew that he still loved her, but the honeymoon was over. Some night she'd wait up all night. He would not appear. This is not where she thought she would be at this time. And something was going wrong at 29. Arrogance, self-righteousness, we bravely took a stand. We were poets, we were comrades. In a war you cannot win, you cannot keep time in your pocket, you cannot catch the wind. And time will change us all in ways you cannot understand. Nowadays, one lives alone, she packed a brown bag and went home. She drives the dark, deserted freeways. The hours before dawn, this big white continent cannot contain our discontent. Every now and then I wonder, where does anyone belong? The only thing that she ever did wrong was to love me. And all she's got is a broken heart at 33. And all she's got is a broken heart at 33. All right, we have a very special guest making her Bard's Brunch debut today. So we're going to take a little moment and bring up Phoebe Blue. So stay put. Dated scenes for a while, but to me, she still wanted the new kids. So, this is the first time we've had the privilege to have her play here. And not only is she a brilliant artist, but she's also, which is very important in the whole anti-folk sensibility, a scene maker. And she had just run a very successful series on Staten Island for 2 years, and it was the talk of the town. And we're very lucky that she was able to pencil us into a very tight performing and gallivanting schedule to play for the Bard's Brunch here. So let's have a big hand for Phoebe Blue.
Thanks so much. It was a nice warm welcome. This place is really cool. I'm happy to be here. I'm going to play a few songs for you guys. This is called The Fox. sits on my shoulder and he taunts me. He taunts me. I watch as the grown-ups grow older, and it haunts me. It haunts me. This next song is called Pony Boy. There's a Dave Eggers reference in it, who's an author, and I've been reading a lot of his books, so I figured I'd play it. As gently as a tree falls, there was not even any sound. Boy, song is called Underwhelmed. And then I'm going to do something else. This is called Chocolate Bunny. With a but no one can move me. Fixed and grounded, planted like a tree. I can step aside myself, but myself won't follow. I'm a chocolate bunny, the kind that's hollow. Game of telephone will be the advice for the day. Flip up a coin, should I go, should I stay? Am I comfy and content? Is this an acquired taste I've become accustomed to? Thanks. So I'm going to switch to an iPod now, to something that I don't know how to use.
I'll do the volume.
This is called tonic water. Let's make it louder. You were born in dungarees, already worn out in the knees. You did not mourn, you got college degrees, despite it all. You used a word I never heard. Asked what it meant, you did not laugh. You were genuine, and I like to listen to your memoirs. We play tonic, waterfalls, flow tears of treasures. Captured and buried, but easy to dig up when time is measured. And now we feel wise, but 10 years from now we'll realize just how young we were. And now we feel wise, but 10 years from now we'll realize just how young we were. And now we feel wise, but 10 years from now we'll realize just how young we were. And I know now you don't have to know how to get somewhere. Watch me fake it as I make it, yeah. And I know now it's not that impressive to be from here. I was born and I never left. Here comes part 2. It's okay, it's alright. You're the only person that you have to fight. Just forfeit, just forfeit. It feels good to admit. No one has to lose, no one has to win. Nothing has to end for something to begin. It just keeps going, it just keeps going. You're telling me your secrets and I'm promising to keep them. Soaking up your woes like a sponge and things are getting heavy. Isn't this what I always wanted? I look into people's homes, their soul. Gain a little perspective on their emptiness as a whole. Listening and relating, keeping the focus off myself. Friendship, that ship has sailed. Cassandra builds luxury apartments in the hood to look down on the poor. Yeah, that's good. With a little bit of nature and nurture, I'm a new kind of blue collar. I'm in with the indigo, turquoise girls and boys, and with a spirit and a science we'll make silent noise. How many times can we do the same thing? How many times can we elect the same king? Even if she is a queen, nobody is clean. You haven't felt the magic in a while, but there's no need to put anyone on trial. It's okay to hibernate, but lost time makes it hard to relate. And now we feel wise, but 10 years from now we'll realize just how young we were. And now we feel wise, but 10 years from now we'll realize just how young we were. Thanks. experiment that I'm doing. For the other track, can we make it a little louder?
Oh, yeah. Did you find it?
I did find it.
Oh, okay.
I think I found it. Okay, I got it.
Okay. All right.
So thank you for listening, and stay tuned for Peter and Thomas. Okay, this is called, Rat Call. I'm not influenced, I'm inspired. I quit my job, I since been hired. Ka-ching, ching, ching, I get paid in cash. I'm allergic to taxes, it gives me a rash. Life is improv and I don't rehearse. The chicken or the egg, who cares who came first? I like hanging with my rats, jibs, and jabs. They're my pets, not from the streets or the labs. Full long I call them jibbers and jabbers. With my rotation of rats, who could keep tabbers. With my boy Bone for kicks, we watch Netflix over chips, ginger ale, and saute kale. You're the Scully to my Mulder. Got a UFO-sized chip on a Siamese attached shoulder. And I'm not into societal norms. Keep your sunshine, I'll take a thunderstorm. And I don't got no beef cause I'm a vegan. We don't have to be friends, but I'm not leaving. And it's a shame about catcalling, but I just roll with it. I give a dog a bone that's hard to swallow. Not trying to be a leader, but I don't know how to follow. And I'm filled with empathy, but where's that ever gotten me? I pretend to be carefree, but that's just not me. And this hasn't been easy on anyone, but it's like we all forgot. After the moon, out comes the sun, and our souls don't have to rot. And I'm not into societal norms. Keep your sunshine, I'll take a thunderstorm. And I don't got no beef cause I'm a vegan. We don't have to be friends, but I'm not leaving. And there's a gold bond between our pain. Out of all the nuts we know, somehow we seem sane. I know I seem fine, but I'm mostly uncomfortable all of the time. Want to peel off my skin until I feel thin, and then put on lots of clothes to cover my woes. And I'm not into societal norms. Keep your sunshine, I'll take a thunderstorm. And I don't got no beef cause I'm a vegan. We don't have to be friends, but I'm not leaving. I live in Stapleton, Staten Island, New York, USA, Earth. And I like our creative community. It's less about business and more about a fun opportunity. Thanks.
Once it gets down to the 30s and 20s, especially. But I don't really wear this jacket all the time. But you know what kind
And then the keyboard plugs in. I have a, I think. Oh, do you need a, it plugs into the headphones set?
Yeah, what kind of jacket?
Around, you know, come out of the way of the,
but I'm very sort of satisfied with the fact that I've done this. Yeah, I can see, I can actually hear it in your voice. These are very
testing, hello. Hello, everyone. Who was here? There, I guess so, yes.
Okay, Kill House music.
Can I see?
Maybe. Just Kill House music. Okay, we have a special multimedia event here at the Bard's Brunch. Let's have a big hand for longtime friend and East Village anti-folk New York City underground world standout in personality and icon. Let's hear it for Peter Dizozza.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. And welcome to the Bard's Brunch. Thank you, Kirk Kelly, and thank you, Phoebe Blue, for a fantastic set. very inspiring. So behind me I have pictures because we went to Bali and Shanghai, and we learned a lot about religion. There are different religions in here. This is a picture of this is one of the towers in Shanghai where the Marriott Hotel is built. It looks like a claw reaching into the sky. So what we learned is that there's a lot of Western culture that affects us today, and it's mostly independent of the rest of the world, because it's Hinduism, and from that they went into Buddhism and I think also Taoism. I was surprised. I went to a Shanghai temple where there were the elders of the town. I guess they were actually worshiping the people who founded and protected the town. Like they're still praying to them to keep them safe. And there were people, worshiping the statues. In a Hindu setting, there was a similar Buddha. In a Buddhist setting, there was a big Buddhas, but there was also this open area for, I guess, putting in incense. There's a fire, and you put in incense. All three places, because Bali has Hinduism. So even though the island of Bali is in Indonesia, it's got its own separate world, and it reminds us of India, which separated Hinduism from Muslim practitioners by sending them up to Pakistan and Bangladesh. So, and of course I want to do some songs as well. Okay. So in the background, let's see if there are any questions. Suddenly we're in Bali, where everything is built very solidly out of the clay in the ground, and all the people living there are building. Everything is sort of hand done, but yet it's very solid, very thick concrete. They're the masonry work, and the bricks are this clay that comes from the ground. Let's see. So what we did there was a show called Float. My friend, who is the director of the show, he also directed a show a while back called Prepare to Meet Your Maker, which had a religious theme. I've since been working on a show that has a family theme, and the family split up into 4 parts. I've been trying to create my own religious, it's nature. That there's probably a lot you can draw from nature. And my 4 elements are simply the classical elements of earth, wind, fire, and water. And the original family are the floaters, and they then live in the world of other families, the flyers, the farmers, and the flames. They have a series of songs, and when we first meet them, they've drifted inland. They've gone way off course. They've left their boat, which is their home. They're raised there by a father and a mother. Mother more is part of the world of the sea, and the father is more the captain of the ship. They leave that boat and they drift inland. They drift into the St. Lawrence waterway, down the Mississippi. I mean, they're so far off course that they're at the base of a mountain, the top of Old Smoky, where a farm is. They meet a family there, and there's a love song when they realize their lives will be foreign from what they grew up with. You know, you do something as foreign as you go out with people who are from another world. In this case, they're from the world of the farm. Break a surface wave, I'll begin a life both pained and true. If I should deign to be with you, if I deign to be with you, if I ever spread the love you gave, when you tell me I should be somewhere, I am getting over there. I'm riding the wave, surfing through tunnel drills and blades. The flag has been flown, its flag is blown, out it waves, what a flag for waves. What is it? sing in a trembling way. This is my refusal day. I refuse to open. My refusal is an open wound. There's a warrant out for my arrest. I tell you by this curse be blessed. I'm riding the wave, surfing through tunnel drills and lakes. Now as I proclaim my love for you, I share it with the world at large. I begin to live my life anew, and I am blessed to be with you. If I ever lost you, I would struggle to begin again. Through these finite phases I have seen my life revealed for what it's been. I've got to be brave. You're the one that I crave. We'll surf the wave together to the grave. The love affair between the floaters. Thank you. So the floaters and the farmers unite. There is a brother and sister that have married the farmers. And the show had its run at Theater for the New City. We took it to Bali and we did sort of a shorter version. We did a very long version at Theater for the New City. It was 2 hours. And we did an hour version in Bali. The cast was international, people from all over the world, particularly Indonesians, who are very talented dancers and singers. So hope you get to see it. It's on YouTube now. I've got some video materials. So let's see. You see some of the faces. I don't know if you can appreciate that kind of blue face up there. And they're overlooking. Yeah, they've actually clothed the figures. They're religious. You see the blue face? There's a place on a shore. It's called Tanalot, and it's a big rock. And on that they built a temple, a Hindu temple. And May and I went up to that temple. They clothed us properly. You have to wear a sari. And, where there was anointing and there was some exchange of money. By the way, you feel very extravagant there because the value of the dollar is so strong. Anyway, there's, on that temple, there are these figures. Oh, nearby the temple, you see there's the golf course. And it looks like the Thai ladies are advised, they have their rice paddy hats on. They're advising the drivers, who are all from maybe China and Japan. They found the greatest golf course. It's like St. Andrews, except on Indian Ocean. The wild Indian Ocean, very great tides. Anyway, so the breaking of the rocks and this Tanalot is solid to the core. I think actually it's a lot of replacement rock. They're, behind the scenes, there's some tourist board that has put synthetic rock to keep it going. However, the images are important because those are, they're clothing them, they're putting umbrellas above them. These are images that are worshipped by a religion is like the Greek mythology, where you have different gods meaning different things. So, and the songs that relate to that, well, all right, the next song. This is called The Poet and the Painter. The poet caught the painter in between his lines. The painter caught the poet in his weird designs. They're caught in competition for the greatest crown. They do the promos for the saddest film in town. They force my thank you for nothing done. Divorced from any grain of compassion. I swallow what they make, though it's a bitter pill. A flying carpet takes them to a northern hill. Bereft of a decision as a mother's child. They want your love, although the work they do is wild. I'm in the alley scraping bones from cans. I'll make a bet that no one understands my pangs. I feel thanks for nothing, 'cause nothing's wrong. And thanks for saying hello now, so long. Force my thank you for nothing wrong. You'll be okay. Thanks for saying hello so long. I'm on my way. I'm asking, do you love me with my faults and all? I'm cornered and my back is up against the wall. I'm in the line of fire, so you take my job. But still I'm blabbing, it's my voice you'll have to. You rob my voice, but since my mind is gone, it's cavern echoes with the yelling switch turned on. You are sorry. Let's see. Okay, so we're back in another temple by this Yew Garden. So there's ancient parts of Shanghai. You know, it doesn't mean to be kidnapped. It's actually a city from the 1500s, but in the 1850s, the boats from the Europe came and put their sectors, they put their mark and each sort of divided it. I guess it was an open area for trade and became very westernized. The ancient part of Shanghai, the temple looks like a Hindu temple. It was called the City God Temple, and it's a Taoist temple. Anybody know Taoism? You know, where you throw the I Ching? I always thought it was some kind of random nature where you get the answer through randomness, like throwing dice. Thank you. Please, Phoebe.
Yeah, I've read like the Tao of Pooh or Nicholas.
The Tao of Pooh, for instance, yes. Popular is that. So what did you get from that?
It's hard to sum it up, but like a really broken down kid version of how to be Zen, which is, you know, don't think about it.
Just be. I think we heard also at a yoga class that Zen is the art of doing one thing at a time. We're not so much in that world today. More and more we're doing two things at a time. And in this case, we're doing two things, little faces up there. So there's a lot of history that we don't know about because it's not translated. I think the world. So there's a big country. China has become much, somewhat not westernized, but I think capitalized. Like just in the last few weeks, there's been a break of. There's a capitalism that's taking place now in China. The investments. There's so many people, and I guess if they buy something, it makes such a big difference. Where in how many millions of people? Is it 600 million people in the United States? You know,
300.
There are 300 million people. That's I think the number. So to give you an idea of what a rare commodity is somebody from the United States, because like Indonesia is the third most populated country in the world. It's nowhere like we're nowhere near the populations of China or India or Indonesia. Okay, but in terms of a song that is related to that, I'm going to do a song also from Float. It's called Private. And that's more about just that we gave up our privacy However, there's something exciting about being in a private place where nobody knows where you are. Well, let's see. Anybody else? Okay, oh, there's old Shanghai from the 40s where the bartender and the nuns, these are the Asian nuns that became Catholic, thanks to, and there's a woman getting her hair done. I don't know if you can see the wires that go, the electrodes go into the hair, so, what do they call them? Hair rollers. People used hair rollers. Remember, then you put your head into a big, like an open hole, but in that case, they actually had electricity running to truly straighten, to tighten. The next song is called Private. 'Cause you broke a boundary when you crossed my threshold. That's an invasion into somewhere sacred, causing a landslide down to the dark side, where the only exit out is up. Did you think it prudent to invade my dream space? Humiliation from the bully pulpit under the grand moon, down in the sand dune, where the only private in the world. I've been keeping private for a long while. Meanwhile, you are someone I would like to. Fingers elongate, tips on a cliff's edge, feet on a nation's pulse, touching somewhere private, caught in a landslide, down to the dark side, where the only exit out is up. Stalking in the shadows, hidden in the darkness, shaded in daylight, in our cozy corner, here on the molehill, going for gophers. Is there nowhere private in the world? Fingers elongate, tips on a cliff's edge, feet on a nation's pulse, touching somewhere private, caught in a landslide, down in the dark side, where the only exit out is up. Down in the sand dune, under the grand moon, is there nowhere private in the world? And there's nowhere private in the world. Thank you. So, next up, see some of the figures with breasts as well. There's very little eroticism. By the way, we're in a very conservative world. I think even the Hinduism is conservative, even though their phallic symbols are part of the worshiping process. I mean, it's respecting the birth of the multitudes from which the nations are produced. It's a very conservative world out there. Very conservative, apparently. Even if people are responding to this, the way Parisians are just so free with their lifestyles. I can't believe we're actually hearing that Paris is being considered it's a danger. But I mean, it's an act of conservatism. Take some steps. But that's all part of the same heritage. It's basically, it's sort of everything in and Western culture is from like it's like one religion. There's one religion, really. There's only one religion in Western culture, and that's being Jewish. We all should reconnect with our Jewish roots. And everything came from that in Western culture, I think. I mean, Hinduism and Buddhism and all that has completely different strain. But everything in Western culture is somewhat, we're all connected, but they're just different extremes about it.
Buddhism is from Hinduism.
Buddhism is from Hinduism. And what about, is Shintoism independent from those?
Yeah, that's kind of just a Japanese.
And Taoism, it seems like there's a similar...
Seems like Taoism is kind of like a more extreme Buddhism.
A more extreme Buddhism, yeah.
It's not Jewish.
So there's another stream out there, and all we were exposed to in China and in Indonesia was those two. Okay, next up is, let's see. Oh, so hold on. I don't know any. Okay, these are songs in a similar vein, but this is also from the where everybody is taking responsibility. We are all in charge. Who is in charge here? By whose authority do you act? That all depends, dear, with whom today you chance to interact. We're in the moment, gaining, risking, losing, maybe this time winning. My true love is in the ocean, the rabbit seen him surrounding me. My stable lover is watching me. Total immersion is drowning me. My stable lover is saving me. I don't know. But my God, who cut the cord here? By whose authority did you clip? That all depends, dear, on who today is captain of the ship. We're falling, floating, gaining, risking, losing in a game of glory. My true love is in the ocean. I haven't seen him surrounding me. My stable lover is watching me. Total immersion is drowning me. My stable lover is saving me. I don't know. Be kind to your gods. I love my God. I love my lover in my worship of the goddess, the mother goddess, Santoshima. That's a Hindu god from the 70s movies. Your stronger God interrupts my train of thought, my meditation on my personal goddess, Santoshima. Her purpose and mine collide. Find the deficit, is it in her or me? Hers is a surplus of sincerity. Is it me who has deficiency? I don't know. The face on fire is where you sat. You struck a chord when you swung a bat. Santoshima. Thank you. And for the last song. So thank you, Kirk. Thank you. You can see the ocean, the amazing coral reefs, and the dangers because the powerful tides don't have like a soft landing. Be very careful. You've got to know where the reef. You've got to know the trip from the reef. The ocean riddle is a riddle of another day. When we solve the riddle, then our boat's gonna float away. Floating, we'll be floating away. Floating, yes, we're floating away. illusions with her love. She was capable of love. Then she turned off and left us. What horrors are left as we struggle, abandoned by our ambitions, all invented for her, intended to please, to help make her floating, we'll be floating again. Floating, yes, we're floating again. Fellas, thank you for having me. What's up next? Wow, what a great, thank you for including me because I get to see everybody else on the bill.
All right, thank you, Peter Dizozza. Got Thomas Patrick McGuire.
Thank you for making everything
Oh, yeah.
possible, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Few. Some of you might remember the Keener Boys, but
How are those?
yeah. You know, I'd heard a little bit about Thomas Patrick McGuire, and I knew he was an Irish American kid from Woodside, and the anti-folk scene, we kind of project our new personalities and not so much our histories and our roots. So people don't actually, you know, just make a big deal out of where they're from because they're more concerned about where they are. But I wanted it to be a day where we celebrated that combination, which is rare. If anyone of you come from, like, you know, ethnic communities, you know that the idea is of going out to launch a career as a struggling, starving poet or artist or songwriter is your parents' worst nightmare. And so I wanted to celebrate that during this event, and somebody had recommended Tom, and he was thrilled to do it, and it turned out to be a great day. And also, I found a new friend, and Tom found a new fan. So, I'm very lucky to have been his friend for all those years since, and we're all been very lucky to hear the great songs he's been putting out. So I'm very happy to have him here today. So let's have a big hand for Thomas Patrick McGuire.
So well, could I stay in your hotel? I'm not looking back, no, I'm not looking back. I'm not looking back, no, I'm not looking back. Lawsuit is finally saying, how am I going to pay my rent? I'm not even sure if I won't be saying no, cause it was supposed to be just a therapeutic dose. Would you listen if I talk? Would you come with me for a walk? I wanna walk around, look around, see what I found. Look around, see this town. Look around, see what I do. Would you listen if I talk? Escape. race is covered in black. The night's alive, another attack. There is no law, you are not safe. Powers pierce upon you in your house today. There is no law, you are not safe. The powers pierce upon you in your house across the hall, the trail remains. The souls they dance in the house frame. The furniture, it's quiet and still. She uses weapons against the will. There is no law, you are not safe. The powers pierce upon you in your house. There is no law, you are not safe. The powers pierce upon you in your house. The honest detective is on the scene. The house is drenched in gasoline. Against his boss, he upholds law. He's by himself with a shoulder straw. There is no law, you are not safe. The powers pierce upon you in your house. There is no law, you are not safe. The powers pierce upon you in your house.
Good one.
I was walking and finished talking, headed to the CD booth. At the table for the record label, wondering which one I'll choose. Looked around and saw no one, I knew. Then I asked myself, who do I give my money to? Who do you give your money to? Who do you give your money to? The corporate fathers are like monsters, they don't give a fuck about you. The problem starts when the money doesn't drop. You have a choice to choose. You have to ask yourself, who do you give your money to? Who do you give your money to? Who do you give your money to?
maybe get.
All right, thank you to Kirk Kelly, and thank you to East Village Social for letting me play. Thank Yeah.
Oh, lights
And everyone for playing, Peter and Phoebe. This song is called Just a Bastard. Resides inside the soul of hating and the anger that you cannot hide. You're just a bastard, 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 yeah. You're just a bastard, 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 yeah. Ideas that you put on stage are gone and praised like an animal loves his cage. You're just a bastard, 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 yeah. You're just a bastard, 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 yeah. You want to wait, but things for you is much too slow. The bait you take and the hardships of letting go. You're just a bastard, 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 yeah. You're just a bastard, 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 yeah. This is my last song. It's called Brooklyn Nights. There's a video on YouTube, so if you write Thomas Patrick McGuire, Brooklyn Nights, and McGuire's M-A-G-U-I-R-E, like Spider-Man.
Not McGuire, M-A-G.
Leave me alone, leave me alone.
You don't know the name, Chris McGuire.
Time ago you must leave. She counts tips and unplugs the tree. I order one more for the road. Then I walk into the cold. Always passing cars near the street lights. I was singing my song to the Brooklyn night. I was feeling free with no regrets. Inebriated with my cigarette. I was passing cars near the street lights. I was singing my songs in the Brooklyn night. I was feeling free with no regrets. Inebriated with my cigarette. On my way on the city screams. Hear the J above me roll. On my way going back home, oh, it's passing across the street lights. I was singing my songs in the Brooklyn night. I was feeling free with no regrets. Breathing with my cigarette. I was passing my cars on the street lights. I was singing my songs in the Brooklyn night. I was feeling free with no regrets. Breathing with my cigarettes. Breathing there. Thank you.
Stories high. Look out the window, I see clouds goes by. They make me wear both a suit and collar and a tie. It's enough to make a grown man wanna cry. When I'm working in an office in the sky, and I barely make enough to get by. Well, I got to get down, I gotta get back down. I wanna feel my feet on solid ground. There's a radical new health plan for which I have to pay. I just might be covered if I were ill one day. As long as the HMO tells me it's okay, it doesn't matter what the doctors say. When I'm working in the office in the sky, and I can't even afford to die. Well, I got to get down, I gotta get back down. I wanna feel my feet on solid ground. Cubicles as pretty as could be. I asked her on a date and she called HR on me. Now I spend my Tuesday nights in group therapy, talking about my sensitivity. When I'm working in an office in the sky, it's enough to make a grown man want to cry. Well, I gotta get down, I gotta get back down. I wanna feel my feet on solid ground. Well, back down in the mailroom I was happy as could be. There was a big old union looking after me. Then I got promoted to management trainee, and now I work my overtime for free. When I work in an office in the sky, I better make it up to get by. Well, I gotta get down, I gotta get back down. I wanna feel my feet on solid ground. When I'm working in the office in the sky, and I better to the November 15th edition of the Bard's Brunch. So remember, next Sunday is our Bimble Stiff Brunch tribute to Joe Hill. So we'll see you all next week. Thank you.
Yeah, Kirk! And I'm